In our quest for a sustainable future, could the answer lie in the soil beneath our feet? It's a question worth pondering, especially when the topic of net zero is on the table. For those unfamiliar, net zero refers to the balance achieved when the amount of greenhouse gases produced is no more than the amount removed from the atmosphere. It's a significant goal in our ongoing battle against climate change, a fight that will determine the future of our planet. And right at the heart of this goal, playing a crucial role, is agriculture. Yes, you heard it right. Agriculture, often painted as the villain in climate change narratives, could be one of our most potent allies in reaching net zero. In this video, we're going to explore this critical role, shedding light on the surprising ways in which agriculture can help us achieve our net zero targets. So buckle up and stay tuned as we delve into the surprising ways agriculture can help us achieve our net zero targets. Did you know if all the world's cows formed a country, it would be the third largest emitter of methane, comparable to the United States? That's right. Agriculture has a significant carbon footprint, contributing to nearly a quarter of total global greenhouse gas emissions. Livestock production, including meat and dairy, is a notable contributor, releasing potent gases like methane and nitrous oxide into our atmosphere. It's not just our four-legged friends at play here. The use of synthetic fertilizers which release nitrous oxide, a greenhouse gas almost 300 times more potent than carbon dioxide, is another major contributor. And then, there's the impact of land use changes like deforestation and soil degradation, which further amplify the sector's emissions. Reducing these emissions is a complex challenge. For instance, we can't simply stop raising livestock or using fertilizers without facing significant food security issues, and while technological advances can help, they can't solve the problem entirely. But it's not all doom and gloom. Agriculture also holds immense potential to be a part of the solution. By transforming our farming practices and harnessing the power of the soil, we can turn agriculture into a carbon sink, absorbing more carbon than it emits. So as we journey towards a sustainable future, let's not overlook the importance of our fields, farms, and forests. They might just hold the key to achieving our net zero goals. Did you know about 4P1000, a concept proposed by the French Ministry of Agriculture at COP21? This initiative suggests that if we increase the organic carbon storage in soil by just 4 parts per thousand annually, we could offset a significant portion of global carbon emissions. Yes, you heard it right. The solution to our carbon problem might be right beneath our feet. Now you might be wondering, how can we transform our farms into carbon sinks? Well, there are several practices we can adopt to increase agriculture's capacity to sequester carbon. Let's start with reforestation. By growing more trees on our farmlands, we not only pull carbon out of the atmosphere, but also improve the health of our soil. Next on the list is wetland restoration. Wetlands are nature's most efficient carbon sinks, storing carbon at a rate up to 5 times greater than tropical forests. Restoring degraded wetlands enhances their ability to absorb carbon dioxide, making them a potent tool in our fight against climate change. Improving soil management is another way to increase carbon sequestration. Practices such as crop rotation, cover cropping, and organic farming can enhance the soil's ability to store carbon, thereby mitigating greenhouse gas emissions. So it turns out our humble farms can be superheroes in our quest to achieve net zero. By turning our farms into carbon sinks, we can mitigate climate change right under our feet. Now, let's talk about regenerative agriculture and precision agriculture. Regenerative agriculture isn't just a buzzword, it's a farming approach that focuses on topsoil regeneration, increasing biodiversity, and improving the water cycle. Essentially, it's about restoring the health of our farmlands, making them more resilient and productive. And one of the ways we can achieve this is through no-till farming. No-till farming is exactly what it sounds like. It's a way of growing crops without disturbing the soil through tillage. This method not only decreases erosion but also enhances the soil's ability to capture and store carbon, making it a potent weapon in our fight against climate change. But that's not all. Cover cropping is another regenerative technique that can be a game changer. Cover crops are plants grown not for harvest, but to protect and enrich the soil. They help sequester carbon, control pests, and manage soil nutrients, making them an integral part of sustainable farming. And then there's agroforestry, the practice of integrating trees into farming systems. Trees are champions at absorbing carbon dioxide. By incorporating them into our farms, we can sequester more carbon while diversifying farm outputs, enhancing biodiversity, and reducing soil erosion. Now, let's shift gears to precision agriculture. This is where technology comes into play. Precision agriculture uses advanced tech tools like satellite mapping and big data to optimize resource use and reduce waste. It's about farming smarter, not harder. With these technologies, farmers can apply the right amount of water, fertilizers, and pesticides at just the right time, minimizing their environmental impact. But why does all of this matter? Well, sustainable farming practices are not just about producing food in a way that doesn't harm the environment. They're about actively improving it. They're about turning our farms from carbon sources into carbon sinks. By embracing sustainable farming practices, we can turn our farms into powerful allies in the fight against climate change. Imagine powering your air conditioning for 2 hours a day from just one cow. This isn't a far-fetched idea. Livestock, particularly cows, produce substantial amounts of methane, a potent greenhouse gas. But what if we could turn this problem into a solution? By capturing methane from livestock and converting it into biogas, we can generate electricity. This process not only reduces greenhouse gas emissions, but also provides a renewable source of energy. Now let's take this a step further. Picture a farm with solar panels glistening under the sun and wind turbines spinning in the breeze. This is the face of modern agriculture, integrating renewable energy sources directly on farmland. It's a two-for-one deal. We're not only growing food but also harvesting energy, reducing the carbon footprint of agriculture. Agriculture is not just about growing food, it's also about harvesting energy. What we eat and how we eat it also has a significant impact on our carbon footprint. Reducing meat consumption, particularly beef, can significantly lower greenhouse gas emissions. You see, livestock farming is a major contributor to methane emissions, a greenhouse gas much more potent than carbon dioxide. By shifting towards a more plant-based diet, we can decrease these emissions substantially. But let's not stop there. Our food systems can be further improved by tackling the issue of food waste. Around a third of all food produced globally is wasted, and this waste contributes to greenhouse gas emissions as it decomposes in landfills. By reducing the amount of food we waste, we can cut down on these emissions. The path to net zero isn't solely in the hands of farmers or policymakers, it's in our hands too. By making conscious choices about our food, we can contribute to a sustainable future. In this video, we have explored the surprising ways in which agriculture can help us achieve our net zero targets. We've delved into the carbon footprint of agriculture, discussing the impact of livestock and fertilizers and the challenges we face in reducing these emissions. We've also learned about the role of carbon sinks in agriculture, including the potential of soil to offset significant portions of global carbon emissions, and the practices that can enhance this capacity. We've looked at the potential of sustainable farming practices and renewable energy in agriculture, such as regenerative agriculture, precision farming, biogas generation, and the integration of solar and wind energy. Lastly, we've discussed the role of diet and food systems in achieving net zero, including the impact of reducing meat consumption and food waste. In conclusion, the journey to net zero is a collective responsibility. We all have a role to play in protecting our environment for future generations, and agriculture is a crucial part of this endeavor.